Well, hello again. I'm BJ Arnett, and this is BJAToday, and we are live at ICFF. What you hear around me are the sounds of the abundance of activity. And it's wonderful because it's all about filmmaking, it's all about storytelling and content building. And I have the pleasure of interviewing my next guest, Ty Manns. Ty, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate that.
It's just cool to have you because, you know, my husband's worked with you.
That's right.
And you guys have been so gracious, and it's been such an amazing journey to see where you've come from and to where you are. And then, of course, we see each other on Facebook, so to speak, and I know what family is doing. Yeah. So I know the wonderful things that are happening in your family. Yeah. But we are at ICFF, and people are here really looking forward to hearing from voices like yours as a writer and a producer and a man who helps put all of the pieces together in a strategic way. Right. What's the first thing you think of when somebody says, here's another film?
Yeah. Sometimes you go, oh, not today. Just so tired. Just being honest.
Because you don't ever get to rest.
Right. It's just being honest. But no, you never want to stifle initiative. So we try to be kind to people. But at the same time, sometimes we tell them it may be a while because we just don't have the bandwidth right now.
Right.
But it may be a while. And my business partner, Bishop Charles Mackey, will tell you, I always tell him, better remind me, because I will forget.
Yes.
I just know it.
Yeah.
And I'm honest about that. So we just try to tell people, hey, look, we can either get to this in a week or in a month. Don't let me forget. Reach back out to me in 2 weeks. Reach out to me in a month. Remind me of this. And we'll take a look at it, because we want, we want everybody to have their opportunities. We've been blessed to have ours, right?
So you want to help somebody get that.
We want to make sure that we give anything that we can give back, we're giving it.
You know, it's when I first met you guys, I met you separately, and I had no idea of the powerhouse when you all come together.
Yeah.
Bishop Mackey is...
It's because of him, not me. I'm the creative mind. I'm just right. He's the business mind.
he's getting all the details in.
Yeah.
But how does that work? You know, you've got the business side, you've got the creative side, and the two have to do this.
Yeah, well, the beauty about what Bishop Mack and when we first got together, one of the things that we said from the very beginning was, we're not going to look at ourselves as filmmakers. We're going to say that we have a business, and that business just happened to make movies. So we started off with business. We started off trying to make sure our best practices were put in place. We just worked around building an entity. And then when we felt like, okay, we have workflow, we got best practices, now we can start looking at making movies.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, at least in our mind, you can make all the movies you want, but if your business isn't strong, you're either going to lose money or you're going, So we consider ourselves, we are a business. In our business, we just make movies.
So how and why did family-friendly, faith-based films have to be the direction for you two?
For me, it started years ago, because I was writing scripts years ago. They were horrible scripts, but I was writing.
But you were writing. Well, we had to start somewhere.
We had to start somewhere.
Saying that to everybody out there.
That's right. And my father was a pastor, so he and I would talk about my writings and and he would say to me, you can really make something out of this, and if you do something in the gospel lane, you'll really reach a lot of people. And he had this saying that my movies, he said, if you go in that lane, your movies won't have walls and they won't have borders.
There you go.
Because your movies can go anywhere. He said, I can't. I'm in this church.
Yep.
I have walls, maybe out of state here or there, but that's about it. So I always wanted to tell faithful stories. I just didn't know how, and I didn't know what they would be. But as I learned how to write, then I started figuring out that, okay, you can take a character and really flaw that character really badly and have that redemptive piece at the end, and you can tell a great story.
And you're telling a great story.
What happens when a member loses someone and they need God's word to bring them comfort? Who's going to give it to them? You?
And then I met Bishop. He came to the screening of A Question of Faith. And next thing you know, we're talking the same language. We're like, well, he had a company and I had a company, and we said, why don't we just
put it together
and make this thing work? And I think we're in year 6 right now, year 6 or 7. And we're just thankful to God that it's still working and we're still moving forward.
And you're still doing great work.
You see those men over there? They were once just like you. Dedicated, committed, tough as nails.
No! God can help you, Travis.
I don't need your help. I don't need your help. And I definitely don't need his.
It's not about me, but it's all about him.
When you think of the last films that you've done, tell me the last 3.
So A Question of Faith, My Brother's Keeper, and Redeemed.
Our driving ministry is sold into this church. We provide nothing but the best service. And we only do the Lord's work here. You understand?
Absolutely. I'm just confused, because if that's the case, why you got Wilson in charge of the business? I'm just playing.
And then you come and help other productions, and you help undergird them.
Yeah. We feel like there's enough property out here, real estate for everybody. So we don't feel challenged by anyone because we're not competing with anyone.
Exactly.
We'll tell you everything we know. But we're still gonna go off and make our movies.
Exactly.
So good luck. We want you to do yours.
Yeah.
So we're not competing with anyone. We just want everybody who loves to make a movie or tell a story. If we can help them, we will.
Here at ICFF, there's a movie behind us, a movie in front of us, there's an interview going on next door. There's all this activity that's surrounding us, and everybody wants to reach their creative goal from a faith-based perspective, from understanding that he gave you that special gift to tell that story. What's the one thing that you would say to someone who wants to start but is having a little shaky ground on how to get there?
Before you start writing a single alphabet on that paper, understand how to tell that story. And I just did a class, I just did a seminar, and I had everybody raise their hand. I said, all right, how many of you guys think you write screenplays now?
And they're saying, yes, we are.
I got a bunch of them over there right now.
We are.
But they all raised their hands. Well, not all of them, but people who want to be writers. And so I said, all of you are going to fail in this industry. And of course they look at me, and I tell them, because a screenplay writer has a hobby in this industry.
Yes.
Anybody can write a screenplay. Fade in, language, fade out. You got a screenplay, but it may not be a story. Storytellers have careers in this industry.
Yes.
So I try to just emphasize to people from the creative side, don't just get excited to sit down and write a screenplay. I did that in 1991 when I wrote my first screenplay, and it was absolutely horrible. But I was telling them, I was walking around my chest out. I know I got a great story. I'm good.
And everybody said, boom, nope.
What is this garbage?
But you started.
I took it as a learning piece. Take the time to learn how to tell the story.
Learn the craft.
Read the books. Learn the formatting. Know the archetypes. Know the things that move a story before you start writing your story. Because you may spend 2-3 months writing a story, and what you should have on page 10 is on page 42. And that's gone. You can't go back and get all that back. From the business perspective, Bishop and I talk a lot about just making sure you understand business.
Yes.
Be smart at business. Even if you have to attend some seminars and just talk to someone. Be smart, because you can lose everything if your business isn't together.
You can lose everything if your business isn't together, and people are depending on you.
That's
because
right.
there's this family, this community that comes together to put the film out there. And if you fail as lead,
that's right.
then the whole thing crumbles.
You look at your operation. I'm looking at 5 or 6 people that depend on you guys.
Yes.
And you have to be right.
Always.
So that they can do what they do.
Yes.
And so that's important.
Yeah.
We just think that's important. And then we keep our faith there. Don't pray and ask for something, and then God give it to you. You act like you're surprised about it. Just don't do that. So if you're working on something, you're praying about something, expect it to happen.
Yeah.
And don't be surprised when it happens. You be grateful and you start building on the next foundation.
And be ready
Be
when
ready
he says go.
When he said,
says
1991, I
go.
wrote that first script, sold my first script in 2016.
Wow.
If that don't tell you
Wow.
patience
Be
with the
ready.
Lord.
That's it.
God,
That's
I know
it.
it's going to happen. I'm good. Just whenever you're ready for it, I'll be ready.
Perfecting your craft in the process.
That's right.
Ty-Man, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure seeing you guys.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
We look forward to working with you guys again.
Yes, we look forward to
Yeah.
it as well.
Thank
So you guys, we're here at ICFF. The voices around us are the voices of creatives, of people who have come together to tell stories, to build content, to just get us the very best on our televisions and in our films and in our theaters. So continue, don't stop, and know that ICFF has something for you every year to help you learn, help you grow, and push you forward. I'm BJ Arnett. This is BJA Today. God bless.